Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A late night live for you right now as we just finished watching game 3 of the 2025 WNBA Finals. The Cavaliers are coming back very soon, so you will be getting these lives after Cavs games on the regular when we get back. Shout out to Dean Wade. His Dean Wade shirt, Wade 32. Cavs did have a preseason game last night. Did not get to catch a ton of it, but caught most of the recap with Proctor and Craig, and everyone played well. Not here to talk about that. This WNBA Finals has been absolutely incredible, and we remind you, we are only 3 years away from the return of Cleveland women's basketball on a full-time basis. So we're going to get it. It's coming. But for now, two West Coast teams battled in Game 3 tonight in Phoenix, Arizona, and it was absolutely unbelievable. To anyone that did not watch this game, you got the MLB playoffs, you got the start of hockey right now, you still have NBA preseason, but this basketball here tonight, been following the whole season, the whole postseason. This game was something else because it seemed for a while, right out of the gate, Phoenix is going to bring a punch. They started out up 8-2, or rather 8-4. They made a couple shots. Sabally was going off, Satu Sabally. And then all of a sudden we get a 17-0 Vegas run. It's like, all right, they might be running away with this game right away. And then Phoenix comes back with a big run of their own. It's a very even start. By the time the second quarter's over, Aja Wilson has already been cooking, and Jackie Young is starting to find her groove, and Vegas leads by 12 going into the locker room. And so at this point, you're kind of figuring that, it might not be the day for Phoenix because they're down double digits and, it's not going so well. As the third quarter starts to wind down, Vegas kind of continues to do their thing. Aja Wilson hits a couple shots. She goes into the fourth quarter already with 28 and 10 on the day. So, she was getting hers, and she was playing very good ball. But fouls were the name of the game. Because with just under 6 minutes left, Dana Evans fouled out. Melissa Smith had not been doing a lot, and so she didn't get the minutes. They went back to Kirsten Bell, who could not add any value. They went to Megan Gustafson, who did not really provide any value. They could not find an effective fifth player. Kia Stokes has really only been used in defensive situations as an injury replacement. All the while, the third quarter's over, the fourth quarter's happening, and this 17-point lead has begun to dwindle. Oh, no. And Satu Sabally had been having a big game, started strong, was sitting on 24. We're starting to get to the basket. We saw Joanna Bonner, one of the best scorers in the history of the league, who's 38 years of age, turned 38 in August. She started to get going, and Joanna Bonner was finding her rhythm, and she had a couple and ones in a row. We saw Kalia Copper, who won a title with Chicago in 2021, start to make some massive shots, even though she only finished 6 of 14. And the two of them are doing everything they can on a day where Sammy Whitcomb was 0 for. Alyssa Thomas played all but 1 minute in this game. They had to find somebody. And Joanna Bonner turning back the clock. She's been up and down throughout these playoffs. She's had some big games. She's had some quiet games, had a very quiet start to the finals. 38 years of age, putting up 25 and 10. Are you kidding? 9 of 13 at the line. We saw a 9-0 Kalia Copper run in the fourth quarter alone just to get the lead to a manageable spot. And then all of a sudden, inside 2 minutes, how about a Tyrese Halliburton-like step-back three from the one-time member of the Indiana Fever for about 5 seconds, Joanna Bonner, to kind of drill home the fact that she is just doing everything she can. And then all of a sudden, I'm going to skip ahead, and then I'll give my thoughts on the whole game. In the final minute, on a drive to the basket, there's a miss. Thomas can't grab it. The combination of Gustafson and Aja Wilson come away with the basketball. And so we're going to get a last-second shot in a finals game, man. Is there anything better than that? No. The basketball lovers know that. We love the drama of the late game, how it's going to end, how it's going to finish, however it's going to go. And man, Vegas gets the ball kind of disjointed. You saw a lot of defensive pressure and a really nice job. Kalia Copper was all over both Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray, and they tried the handoff late. So they inbound the ball. They call a timeout with 5 seconds. Like, oh, but we can get overtime tonight? We can get overtime in the finals? The first game was close, decided by just a few points. Second game, not so much. Third game, oh yeah. Last shot of the night. They get it to Aja Wilson with both Bonner and Thomas right there. She gets enough space, turns, shoots, and gets the roll off the rim. With 0.3 seconds, the ball goes in. They had been outscored by 17 in the quarter, 29-12. Phoenix overcame that deficit while losing Satu Sabali to a very serious injury with about 4.5 minutes left, still trailing by 10. So overcoming the Sabali injury and the all-day struggles, they managed to put together a run big enough to get in to take the final shot. That is the kind of night that we had as a viewing audience, something very special. And when Sabali went down, the whole team kind of just said, we're going to try to win this for her. But Aja Wilson comes through, 0.3 seconds. And then the Mercury inbound the basketball. 2-point game. And so the shot they end up with, which was actually marked in the live stats as being an actual legitimate attempt, they ended up throwing it to Dewana Bonner, who had a lob turnaround shot near the foul line. It did appear, watching it live and on a couple replays, the shot came after the horn. They are now saying it was in time, at least on the stats here. And so she misses, and the game is over. Aja Wilson, final stat line tonight, 34 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks. 11 of 20 from the field, 11 of 12 from the line. Vegas, 23 of 25 at the line. Phoenix, 23 for 31. We didn't talk much about Alyssa Thomas here. She was solid, 14, 12, and 9, but it really wasn't her day. It was Bonner and Sabali. The injury killed. Copper certainly had her moments. Nicole McConney had a few threes. Westbeld got a few minutes on the floor, but not much. My thoughts on this basketball game were, holy shnikes, we have had an unbelievable finals. And it's unfortunate that this season for the W has been marred by injuries and by the Kathy Engelbert and Afisa Collier back and forth. Certainly got to side with the players on any of these issues if you really look into it and what they're trying to get for themselves and how they're trying to be taken care of. But not here to talk about that. All this other stuff happening, and yet you get this unbelievable game. So my thoughts are the following. It's two teams that stayed healthy enough to make it all this way. The Aces were 14-14 at one point, ladies and gentlemen. They won 16 games in a row to end the regular season. They overcame the Fever in an unpredictable type of Game 5 where Odyssey Sims turned back the clock and was just going crazy. And they're one win away from another championship. Chelsea Gray, Jewel Lloyd, 4 threes in the first quarter. Jackie Young, another strong performance. Aja Wilson. Big buckets and big plays, and it's really not surprising they're a win away from the title. Liberty got through them last year, but nobody could the prior couple of years. Looking for a third title in 4 years now. Las Vegas Aces. And as for Phoenix, they're the only team to lose 70% of their scoring from the prior year and make the playoffs, as per Ryan Rucco on the broadcast tonight. They really lost almost everything and totally retooled it. Alyssa Thomas has come in and been everything you could want. You hope Satu Sabali's all right. Had a real good season. Been fun to watch her finally playing big games after Dallas struggled for the previous few years while she was there. Big game Kalia Copper always comes through. Joanna Bonner's 38. It's great that she's in the finals as she goes into the twilight of an easily Hall of Fame level career. I mean, you look at the numbers for Joanna Bonner, is a 6-time All-Star, 2-time All-Conference. She's won 2 titles, 3 times 6th Player of the Year in each of her first 3 years in the league. I mean, she played with Phoenix from 09 to 16. Maternity in 2017, had twins, comes back for 2 years, and goes to Connecticut for the next 5, where she was a 3-time All-Star in 4 years. And then started the year with the Fever, coming over to the Mercury. And even though she's averaging a career low in points this postseason compared to past years, not shooting the ball well from the field, she's still capable at 38 years of age of coming through with a game like tonight with 25 and 11. It's tough to see Sammy Whitcomb go scoreless. She usually brings a lot more to the table. But they did everything they could to come back down by 17 and then down to Sabali. They had their best quarter of the game on both offense with 29 points. Defense allowed just 14 in the fourth. But you're dealing with A'ja Wilson, and that's not an easy thing to do. A'ja Wilson always comes through, and she did it again on the biggest stage. Loved watching this game as a basketball fan. Standing, nervous for both sides as it went to the wire. And it seemed both teams kind of had an issue with finding a viable 5th player here today that could be consistent. But A'ja Wilson was able to overcome everything else. Worth noting, they were plus 13 with Jewel Lloyd on the court. Think about how high it could have been if they didn't blow the initial lead. Night to remember. Wilson delivers. And the Las Vegas Aces can clinch a championship in just 2 days' time. So that's it. I'm going to come and share thoughts. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. You know what they say. Swingers, 1995. Vegas, baby, Vegas. One went away from the championship, and it would surely be A'ja Wilson getting that MVP trophy once again. Another for her ever-growing case once the team claims the title. We'll see if Phoenix can stay alive or what the status of Sabali is. Again, hope she's all right. We'll see you real soon. Across the Cavs, Network 216. We're going to have a lot more ball for you. Stay tuned.